This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Know that you can't control yourself? That is embarrassing. Okay.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, January 25th. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about. It's Ladies Night.
Yes.
And I'm here with Tori and Stephanie. I'm Erica. The boys, Jeff and Brandon, they're both on assignment. We got this covered. Let's do this, ladies. Right now, reaction is pouring in from the premiere of an extremely controversial documentary about Michael Jackson. The 4-hour documentary called Leaving Neverland tells the story of two men who claim they were sexually abused by Michael Jackson years ago when they were 7 and 10. Wade Robson and James Safechuck were at the premiere and they received a standing ovation from the audience. It's important to note that one of the men, Wade Robson, has testified under oath that Jackson never acted inappropriately with him, but later came out and claimed he was molested. And police were out in Park City, Utah earlier today after threats were made against the film. Meantime, Sundance officials also have mental health counselors on hand for those upset by the film. That's according to Slate. The film about the King of Pop is set to air on HBO this spring. Jackson's estate has denounced it, saying it rehashes dated and discredited allegations. But it is raising new questions about the beloved pop star and giving us a dark look into what really went on behind closed doors, allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, that's the hard part. I think you just kind of nailed it at the very, very end there. Apparently, from those who have come out and said it, it's very traumatic. It's got very dark things about the King of Pop, none of which we know to be true or not, and none of which we've seen, the documentary. Apparently, it's much darker than we think, including alarm bells and some real rape insinuations here, and it's much more troubling than we thought. Although I haven't seen it, so I feel I can't speak on it.
You know, I think that's what's really important in this situation, because I did watch all 6 installations of Surviving R. Kelly.
Right.
And when I tell you, like, it's difficult to have a conversation with people if they haven't seen it, because what I thought I knew or I was going to find out didn't even scratch the surface of what the allegations were. The other thing about, because I was very vocal early on about the idea that the parents have to hold some responsibility too. Like, why would you put your child in front of someone who even had the reputation?
That's right.
Yeah.
And I guess they addressed that in this documentary from Michael Jackson as well. But the thing about the Surviving R. Kelly that's different for me than Michael Jackson is that I had intimate knowledge of some of the things, like some of the, just like all of the allegations and stuff, and I knew I've met the man. So when they were saying, right. So when all of these allegations were coming out, I was like, that completely jives with what I knew personally.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting to see because I don't know anything personally. So it really is this person said against what someone who's dead is unable to say.
And who has been acquitted in some cases. They've settled. That's true. But he was never convicted in a way or held jail time for any of this. So it's hard to say where to go on this. What do you think, Steph?
I think it's going to be really hard. It's going to be a hard watch, and I think it's going to be very upsetting. And obviously on both sides of the pond, we love Michael Jackson, and I think this is going to be a very hard thing to learn and discover about. I hope it's not true. I don't know.
We want it not to be true.
We
so
all
bad.
want it not to be true more than anything. I pray that it's not. But again, until I've seen it for myself, I feel like it's very hard to make judgment on this. So.
That's fair, and I think that we should wait and see it, and I know we'll be talking about it on this show.
Sure.
Well, we are live, Raquel Villanueva with news at this moment.
That's right, Erica. Tonight we are getting our first look at Zac Efron, there we go, as notorious serial killer Ted Bundy. Did not know.
The media has convicted Ted before he's had his day in court.
I'm gagged, and you're not.
I wonder whether he did it or not.
I'm more popular than Disney World.
Did you do these things?
Absolutely not.
The film Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile opens at Sundance Film Fest tomorrow. And also out this weekend is a docu-series about Bundy, but Netflix warns viewers not to watch this one alone.
My name is Ted Bundy. I've never spoken to anybody about this. I am looking for an opportunity to tell the story as best I can.
Called Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. It features stories from a survivor, along with video of his wife who believed his innocence, and of course, audio of his own words.
Wow.
Oof. You know, I do wonder because
I can't wait to watch this.
Me too.
I know, like, especially with Zac Efron, because remember when Dean Cain played Scott Peterson?
Oh, yeah.
I did not like Dean Cain for, like, I couldn't
That's what
stand
Lex and they were just saying, I can't believe Zac Efron is going to do this.
I think it's brilliant.
Well, it is, but for a lot of girls, they're not going to be able to have the same kind of crush.
Yeah, but as an actor, this is a brilliant accolade for him because it's going to showcase him in a completely different light, and he obviously feels he can take it on, which makes me even more excited to see it. I want to know what's going on inside of that man's mind.
But are we a little too obsessed with these prisoners as celebrities? I mean, there's a weird thing here that is very sort of, and I believe it's American. I don't know if it's a British thing.
Yeah, and I think there's a very weird culture here. Sorry, American people, but you guys seem to really celebrate these people when they're in prison. They become huge celebrities, and you guys are all talking about them. Although I say that, and then here I am saying I'm desperate to see the Netflix show. But for me, it's more, rather than it being a celebrity, I find it fascinating looking inside the minds of these people, like psychologically, what's going on there that makes them do the things they do.
Well, on that note, let's talk about Casey Anthony. Speaking of Scott Peterson and that story, is dominating the headlines, but for a very surprising reason. The 32-year-old, who is known by many as the most hated mom in America, was acquitted for murder in 2011 over the death of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Casey tells Daily Mail she wants to help people who she believes have been wrongfully convicted. And her first order of business is reportedly Scott Peterson. He's on death row for murdering his wife Lacey in 2002. Casey says she plans to visit Scott in prison. We were talking about the celebrity culture. I think that she really embodies someone who came into the headlines for all the wrong reasons, accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter. It was a very traumatic and salacious trial. And now here she is, as if she just is thirsty for more attention, coming forward and saying that she's going to help exonerate people who were wrongfully convicted, which a lot of people still feel like she should be underneath the jail right now.
Like, how weird is this that she's going to go and visit this man who killed his wife?
His pregnant wife.
His pregnant
Let's not
wife?
forget Lacey was pregnant at the time. I find this is where I was sort of going with this, and it sort of leads me into that. We like to celebrate sort of the true murder crimes. We do get into that. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
But when you go a little too far, you get this, which is somehow celebrating someone who, in my mind, is just a monster.
Yeah.
Especially Scott Peterson. And it also dilutes people like Brian Banks and people like Amanda Knox, who were wrongfully convicted. It sort of mocks them in a way that's sort of unuseful. So I find this debilitating, bad for society, and I don't really want to publicize it.
It's a very low enrollment club that no one should ever want to be in, to be on this side of the law. And to me, it just feels like a very twisted tender.
Yeah, it is
like
tender.
America's most hated mom is helping America's most hated dad.
I want no part
it's
of
just
creepy.
It's very creepy. Well, DBL is live, and we'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. And coming up, the return of Magic Mike.
Ooh, hello.
You won't believe what they're doing. And meme dresses are apparently a thing now. Stephanie Jones has the surprising looks hitting the runway in Paris. And one trend you'll definitely want to get your hands on. That's coming up.
You guys, it's been so long since I've been on Access. Sorry, I'm screaming. I'm so excited. I love Access. I miss you guys. Cheryl Hannah says, welcome home. I missed you, Cheryl. Cheryl. Anyway, a lot of people writing in. Jason Anderson says, Bundy's last victim was in my little hometown when I was a baby and where they finally convicted him. Wow. It's funny that I do say, and I do realize the irony of how much I'm like, prison culture and fame is no good. Tell me about the Ted Bundy documentary. But I think I'm trying to be more cultured because it's a documentary. I don't know if that's fair. Let me know if I've crossed. I think Casey Anthony's crossed the line on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like she was someone who made headlines, and then when the story went away, it's like...
She ached for it.
Right. It's like a really strange 15 minutes that she's craving that attention, because clearly you don't go on some kind of... You don't want to... First of all, when you're in the system, you don't want to communicate and socialize with other people. I think it's against probation to begin with.
It's very odd.
It's a very weird thing to want to like glom on
and associate yourself with. Yeah.
Like out of every single person, like she could have started with Centoya Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that she's already getting out, but it's like out of every single person, that's the person.
Yeah, I agree. And she could have helped her cause in some ways by doing that. This is like, forget it. Bye, babe. See ya. Felicia.
Welcome back to DBL. It's Friday, which means it's time for our resident fashionista, Miss Stephanie Jones, to break down the top looks of the week. Take it away, Steph.
Yes, Steph.
Thanks, Erica. So Paris Fashion Week just wrapped up and we've got some crazy out of this world looks to show you guys. But first, I want to show DBL Nation the biggest new trend straight from LA. It's a celebrity favorite and it can be yours too. Wrap dresses. So what makes a wrap dress so great is its versatility. So go for a dressed up look by pairing it with a nice blazer, or be casual by wearing it with a cute pair of trainers or sneakers for you Yankees. And the best part is flattering on most body types because of its tapered waist. So it's easy to see why this look is such a hit with celebrities on the go. And the best bit is it won't break your wallet either. I found these wrap dresses ranging from $24 to $48. How cute. I think I'm going to get that red one myself. I love it. But now we need to head on over to Paris Fashion Week. And before we dive in, let me warn you, this week's theme was haute couture, which is basically a fancy way of saying custom fitted, really strange and high-end fashion. And up first, Chanel revealed the world's first bridal swim cap, accompanied by the first bridal swimsuit. Because I mean, why not make a splash at your own wedding? This look had us scratching our heads, mostly because are those things itchy or what? This swim cap even has a veil. I mean, look at this crazy look. But I'll cut them some slack because fashion is all about making a statement, and we can all agree that this is one unforgettable look, whether you love it or hate it. In fact, this aquatic bridal was not even the craziest look to hit the runway. Take a look at these Viktor and Rolf gowns to see what I mean. So one reads, I'm not shy, I just don't like you. I could do with that one some days. And the collection is rightfully named Fashion Statements. And it didn't take long for the internet to become obsessed. And honestly, I was feeling so inspired by this that I decided to make my own versions of the dress for myself and my girlies tonight. So here's mine. It says, my eyes are up here. It's cheeky, fashionable, and informational, boys. And for Tori, so I was inspired by her Buddhist studies, so I whipped up this gown that says, you are the sky, everything else is just the weather. Namaste, Tori. What's better than that? And for Erica, inspired by her thousands of unread text messages, I've seen your phone, girl, I've created this I haven't text my mom back gown. And literally, this is the amount of text that she has on her phone at this moment. Well, guys, what do you think? Did I design you something hot? Would you wear this?
I
definitely.
love it. But Steph, I didn't know that was her text. You have 1,000 unread text messages?
She does.
Yeah.
That gives me
It
so
might have
much
gone up.
That makes
People
me
were texting early. Oh, it's 1,082 now.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Well, I'd like that dress because then when people are like, oh, well, you didn't text me back, I'm like, I haven't even texted my mama back.
That's a good point. It's a good excuse, Jess.
Erica, you need to get on that. Your mum will not be happy with you.
Dr. Cobb,
I'll
needs a call.
text her back first.
Coming up on DBL, Don't Stop Believing. Is the song stuck in your head now? But why? We might finally have the answer next.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to talk about Glass, M. Night Shyamalan's third movie and a couple of other movies that he had done before, Split and Unbreakable. And this one brings characters from those previous movies into a world where superheroes are amongst the casuals. And they might be questioning whether they actually have superpowers or not. So Abby, I'm gonna go to you first. What did you think of the film?
So I just want to start this with that I have not seen the first two movies. So
Okay.
I just saw Glass out of the blue.
Fair, all right, all
and
right.
I loved it.
Really?
I was entertained the whole time. When it ended, I was like, can there be more? Like Chris, well, you also stayed. We all stayed for the credits. We're like, is there something else?
I was hoping there was a post-credit.
Are they going to tease something else? Because I wanted more at the end. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Ooh, I gotta go a lot lower than that with a 3.5 out of 10. The first two movies just built up such a universe. I mean, Split and Unbreakable weren't even supposed to be really connected at first, but then when you did connect the two, I wanted something much bigger and much larger out of this movie, and I just didn't feel like I got that. I felt like I got a great first act. And then after that, it was a little bit meandering here and there. The script was all over the place. The reveal just wasn't that great or as strong to me. You know, I wanted my Split back. I wanted my Split and my Unbreakable.
I think Leo's expectations were like here.
Very high, especially after seeing Unbreakable again.
If you haven't seen the first two, I think you can see this one and you'll like it even more.
Yeah, that's
just in
true.
the last one.
Well, I will say there was one really good thing. James McAvoy, his 23 personalities in this movie shined again.
He's such a good actor and like plays them all so well. Very convincing.
One more time with your rating out of 10?
8 out of 10.
3.5 out of 10, y'all. But we'll see you next time on Double Jump.
Oh, yes.
Oh, welcome back to DBL. Aerosmith's Walk This Way is one of the few songs being honored and getting inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Other inductees includes Miles Davis, Round About Midnight, Ella Fitzgerald sings the George and Ira Gershwin songbook, and Brenda Lee's Rockin' Round the Christmas Tree, and Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors.
Interesting. I can say, rockin' around Christmas.
I know
that one.
That's gonna be stuck in my head now for the
Yeah. Sorry.
That's earwormy.
That's earwormy.
That was the only one that really stuck with me. I was like, don't you dare go singing Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
We just
after
finished Christmas. I know. And Hanukkah.
My bad.
Okay. And a clip of Jimmy Kimmel and actor Chris Pine has us all reminiscing about the first concert we went to. Watch.
Faith No More.
Faith No More. Huh?
Caius and Babes in Toyland.
Wow.
With my father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I went to Lionel Richie with my mother.
So I can top that. My first concert was DC Talk.
Whoa. Wow. How old were you?
You guys remember Jesus Freak?
I don't know who they are.
What would people think if they knew that I'm a Jesus freak? That was my jam.
Okay.
That was my first concert. It was probably the only concert my parents would let me go to.
Appropriated concert.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think I was in 8th grade. Maybe I was a freshman, so like 95.
There you go.
Cute.
Getting into the groove.
Yeah.
Mine first was, I mean, pretty hardcore, guys. Heavy metal. Paul Simon, everyone. Paul Simon.
What does he sing, Tom?
So he, you know, he does the whole Graceland with Lady Smith, Black Mambazo. I've been a Simon and Garfunkel fan all my life. My God, the man can pluck a guitar and have a great folk song. Hardcore music fan, yeah.
There we go. Mine was Color to the World, Spice Up Your Life.
No way.
That's a good
Yes.
No way. Is this cliche night?
I love them. Girl power. Oh my God, they were amazing. But you know what is when Jerry just announced that she left, and I was devastated.
Who would you be if you had to be one of the Spice Girls?
I always played Baby.
Yeah, I can see that. I like that.
Who would you be, Tori?
I always wanted to be posh, but in reality, I think I was a little bit more crazy.
I think you'd be a good Jerry.
Or Jerry, that's her, with the ginger.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
I'm definitely scary.
the figure
really
lends her well.
I'm scared.
Is that really rude of me? You look hot, is what I'm saying.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everyone has that one song that just always gets stuck in your head. A thread on Twitter has people sharing the 5 words or less that will get a song stuck in their head. So, of course, we have to share ours. I'll start with mine. Turn around.
Oh, God.
Oh, I love it.
Turn around.
What a karaoke classic.
I know.
Someone
Now
bells
we're gonna be singing it. What about you, Steph?
Okay, so this one's raise your pinky finger to the moon.
Something. Take it over. All right, mine is not as cool as normal for me. Everybody, what Kung Fu Fighting?
That was my
Love this. Now my friend got me a shirt that says clearly, surely not.
I love that.
I love it.
I love that.
Love it.
We are live. We're going to jam out here, but Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Oh, I'm about to get another song stuck in your head because I have some Friday news for you. Magic Mike the Musical is happening. Channing Tatum just confirmed his hit film is getting the Broadway treatment. He tweeted out a picture of the playbill, single dollar bills included. This stage version tells the story of Mike Lane, a college student turned male dancer, which is set to be a prequel to the films. And I didn't forget DBL co-host Stephanie Jones. Peek at the live review version of the show. Here's a reminder for everyone else. Dear Stephanie, please take me with you next time. It premieres in Boston this November.
It's hard work, but someone's got to do it.
I mean,
we'll be right back.
I took one for the team.
You did. Good sacrifice.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Is here. Netflix and Hulu, it's the battle of the streaming services. Reviewers are raving about the Resident Evil 2 remake, and Deadpool 3 will be different. That's all next in The Jump Off. Hi, I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture news, so let's get started right now. The wait is finally over. Kingdom Hearts 3 is here, and reviews are generally positive. If you don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a series that combines Disney characters and Japanese-style role-playing gameplay. In this game, you'll visit the worlds of The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, and more. IGN reviewer Jonathan Dornbush says it's nice to see that even so long after the very first game, Kingdom Hearts 3 is so full of heart. Wow, that's really corny. I guess I'm on board. Any video game that includes Disney characters, I'm in. Netflix is jacking up their monthly prices, about 12% a month, so Hulu is getting in on the competition. The streaming service says starting next month, they're dropping the price for the basic plan from $8 to $6. Existing subscribers will see this take effect February 26th. But what about us ad-free subscribers? I want a discount too, Hulu. So write us in. Will this make you switch from Netflix to Hulu? The Resident Evil 2 remake is getting rave reviews. IGN says Capcom is proving itself to be the master of remaking. It's been 20 years since the original game, which became an instant classic. And this remake is turning out to be even better than we all expected. If you didn't play this game in the 90s and you love zombies like me, you should definitely check this game out. And Ryan Reynolds is gonna be back for Deadpool 3. At a presser in China, he hinted at another installment of the wildly popular movies. But he did say they're, quote, looking to go in a completely different direction. whatever that means, but I can't wait to find out. Send me your theories. And that's it for the Jump Off. As always, I'll be here every week with the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture news. We'll see you next time.
On the plane, if you're in section 8, don't stand by the gate at section 1. If you're in row 14 and I'm row 13, you're not getting off until I get off that plane. Don't think you're sneaking across row 13.
Jeff. I think I'm taking crazy pills.
Y'all laughed at me when I said she was doing her wifely duties.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought it.
So I bought a banh mi sandwich, and I thought I had stepped on like an open baby diaper.
I don't need things hanging out.
All right.
Well, not everybody's like that.
When you're on an international flight, you're like, what's up, Independence Day 2?
It was a chew.
Yeah.
No, it's...
I think Jeff's being a grown-up.
That's what you do.
The GoFundMe for silly things like this is the new, like, buying things at midnight. Yeah, that'd be awesome if that dude went to see those dudes and then they all became dudes. Like, let's put some money in there.
How many times do I need to say, are they crazy? You said it like 10 more times. Are they crazy? Well, the crazy is if we hear your crazy opinion, so head to dblvote.com.
Hashtag crazy.
Are we on television? What's going on?
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, so let's share some. Ooh. James Jackson says, it's DBL Access Ladies Night. Friday style. Love it. James, we love you. Elise Patterson says, hey, y'all, Ladies Night. Cheryl Hanna, welcome home, Tori. The DBL family missed you.
Man, I haven't been on Access in a really long time, and I missed the show. It's a great, great half hour.
So fun.
Miss you guys.
We miss your energy.
Thanks. Yeah, she's
You know what?
What?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yes! Yeah, play it again.
In honor of Tori being on Access tonight. Okay, we don't have it.
Oh.
What about let's hit us with a bit of Spice. Have we got any Spice Girls, or have we got any Bruno
Just
Mars?
play what you got on deck.
Anything. I'm shouting in the booth. Bruno.
We don't have.